Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. We are back in American Truck Simulator, as you can see, and we are currently in Chadron or Chadron. I don't actually know how to say it, so I'm just going to say this city. But we are in this city now. I did do a delivery from Valentine to this city earlier, and unfortunately I did not record the audio on it, so that's unfortunate. But that does mean that we have completed one more of our cities for the Cruising Nebraska event, and we are about to complete at least one more because we are about to go from this city down to Sydney, which obviously hasn't even been discovered yet, so that means we definitely are or have not done anything for that yet. Now, after that, obviously that'll mean I have every single city discovered, so there's some city somewhere that I have driven through that I haven't actually delivered to yet, and I'm going to have to figure that out, which probably won't be very easy, but it is what it is, and the event doesn't end until July 14th, so we've got plenty of time to figure it out. Now, we do already have a load picked out, and it is going to be some Volvo rims, and our delivery that we did from Valentine to this city that I didn't record was an oversized load, so we've already got all of our oversized load placards and everything, which means we don't have to stop by a service station this time, so that's kind of nice. And I am once again driving manual, so as I've mentioned in all of my previous videos, I am still very new to driving manual, and I am most definitely going to stall, miss shifts, and I'm sure there's going to be times where I'm going to be telling a story and I'm going to get so focused on shifting that I'm just going to like pause in the middle of the story and then forget what I was talking about, because that seems to happen almost every time. So I do apologize in advance if that happens. I'm trying to get better about it, and also trying to get better at having the shifting be second nature. So hopefully we'll get there very soon, especially with the amount of driving that I'm doing. I don't think it'll take too long, but I guess we'll have to see. So either way, we're going to go ahead and get heading on over to pick up our load, and unless something crazy happens, I will catch you guys over there. Alright, we have arrived, and it looks like our load up spot is just to the right over here, and hopefully I am already facing the correct direction and can just pull right on in here and get loaded up. Alright, might be facing the wrong way. Either that, or I might just not have the truck straightened out enough. Nope, I think I'm facing the wrong way. Alright, let's get turned around here. I guess there's nowhere good, really, to turn around. Instead, what we're going to do is just back up to it. Alright. Keep an eye out for that pole behind us, but should be pretty straightforward. Again, I usually try not to have the UI up if I don't have to, but in this case I kind of have to, because I got to make sure I stop at the right point, since this isn't like a normal one. There we go. Alright. So let's go ahead and turn off the UI now that we don't need it. Shut off our truck. Let's go ahead and get loaded up. Alright, we're all loaded up now, and looking at the load, I guess I actually didn't need the oversized load placards and stuff, because it's not actually oversized. It's not hanging over the edges at all, but I guess that's fine. I mean, we might actually, let's see, we might still pass the service shop, and if we do, oh yeah, it's literally right here. We'll go ahead and stop and remove all the oversized stuff since it's not necessary. But let's go ahead and get into the truck, get it all started up, and let's get rolling. Ooh, almost stalled it. Saved it though. gotta swing wide. Thankfully that car is still far away and can clearly see me coming. Alright, and then another tight right-hand turn. Okay, and again, car's nice and far. And I could cut across the grass a little bit, made it a little easier. Alright, we've gotten all the unnecessary stuff removed, and we are good to rock and roll now. And this is going to be a fairly short trip. I think we're looking at only about 115 miles or so, maybe even a little less than that. So it's even shorter than the video that I recorded earlier, that I forgot to record the audio from. But that is okay. I mean, I think that video ended up being like, again, had it had audio, would have been like 15 minutes or so. So this should still be a decent video, like 10 to 15 minutes. I'm really, really bummed about, I gotta be honest, like I was tempted to not even try again today. I was tempted to just call it quits for, for the week, I guess, essentially, because I only have like 1 or 2 days a week that I can actually record stuff, and one of those days was yesterday, and I didn't record anything yesterday, so, I was tempted to call it quits, just because, I mean, it was pretty frustrating to have recorded that video and then not actually have recorded any audio for it, especially because I'll be completely honest, I thought it was one of my best American Truck Simulator videos yet. I had a lot to talk about, and there was a lot of great scenery and everything that I really enjoyed talking about as well. Went on some good tangents, I felt like. Didn't really have a lot of pauses and uhs or ums or anything like that, at least not that I noticed while recording, but of course I normally don't notice them until I'm editing, and obviously since I didn't record any of my audio, I couldn't do that. So I don't know if I actually did not say a lot of uhs or ums, but I don't know, it felt like it was my best video yet, so I'm really, really bummed that it ended up not working out, but hopefully this video will end up being just as good, or at least close to it, to make me feel a little better. And we are off to a good start because it's not a bunch of flat land. That was probably my favorite part about the trip from Valentine to the city that we just left, which I won't name because I don't know how to pronounce it. It was a lot of rolling hills and trees and pretty like farmland with rolled up hay bales and stuff. And I was worried that this trip was going to be super flat and boring, and actually this one has just as many hills and trees and stuff, and we're crossing over train tracks, and we got good views from here, nice and high up, and I am definitely feeling good about this one. And another thing that I remembered to do in the last video, which I am currently remembering to do now, was I remembered to take a screenshot for the thumbnail, which I have a terrible habit of forgetting to do, and then I have to go back, like find another of the same load and basically like redo the trip again. Not actually, because I usually just like find one from the freight market so I can teleport and then reload an old save, but that still is a lot more work than just remembering to take the screenshot while I'm recording, so I'm glad that this time I actually did remember to do it. And again, I had remembered in the other video as well, so hopefully I can start a habit here where I actually start remembering to take the thumbnail screenshot every time. But I guess we'll see. So we're coming up on Alliance now. So Alliance is one of the cities that we have been to before. I believe we actually did a delivery here. I don't think this was one that we just drove through, but I could be wrong, and I guess that's something I'll have to check for when I do try and figure out what that 12th city is. I also have noticed, though, that when doing some of the deliveries, there was like one, maybe even 2 times where I drove empty to a new city and then delivered from that city to another new city. So it should have added to the Cruising Nebraska completion details, and I don't know why I'm in the left lane. I'm not passing anybody. Should have added to the completion details twice. So it should have, you know, like gone from 7 to 9 or something. and instead it only counted it as one. So I don't know if maybe that's part of the issue of why after this delivery I will have delivered to all 12, will have discovered all 12 cities, but it's saying that I haven't delivered to all 12 cities. I'm wondering if maybe that's why. Either way, I'm gonna have a hard time figuring out what that 12th city is. I guess I'm just gonna have to deliver to every single city again and hope that I can figure it out. Either that, or I guess this is one of the benefits to recording for YouTube, is that I can just go back to my YouTube videos and figure out by watching those which city I haven't been to. I might have to do that. I probably should have downshifted into 4th there. Oh, that's 8th. There we go. Alright, sorry, like I said, still struggling with the shifting every now and again, especially on slowing down, like using the engine brake and all that, and trying to downshift through using the engine brake while also still actually remembering to slow down instead of just listening to how pretty the Jake brake sounds. It's definitely a challenge, so I'm getting better one step at a time. Definitely feel like I'm getting better at the actual shifting and getting through all the gears and everything, but man, it is tough. 18. What? Oh, I'm going over 35. I thought that was the tick mark for 30, so I thought I was going the speed limit. Whoops. What I was saying though is that I do feel like I'm getting better at the shifting. I feel like I'm definitely getting more consistent at not stalling and remembering when to split and when to switch between high and low and all that kind of stuff. But like I said, definitely still have a lot of work to do, and 18 gears is definitely much more difficult than 5 or 6, which is what I'm used to with driving manual cars. So it's a long process. I thought that maybe I would be able to transfer my knowledge from driving manual cars over a bit easier, but you know, the fact that the trucks don't have synchros, I mean, I guess in this game they technically do, but I'm treating it like they don't. So having to get used to double clutching and then, you know, flipping the splitter and flipping the high and low range, it's a lot. You would think that only adding those 3 extra elements wouldn't be that difficult, but for some reason it very much is for me. So I don't know if that's the case with everybody, and I guess a lot of people probably go straight into just floating gears, which takes out the double clutching element, but even still, I wonder if other people are have struggled with this the way that I do. And there we go. There I go again, forgetting to downshift and stuff. Okay, everybody's turning. All right. Sure that they were actually going to stop for me. And we are already in Sydney, so we're already almost to our destination. Again, this is going to be a short video, but that's okay. Alright, definitely could have swung a little wider there, ran into the grass just a little bit. Now it looks like we got some train tracks ahead, and then it looks like we're going to be doing a little bit of off-roading to actually get to our delivery point. No trains coming, that's good. And so with the fact that we're about to do some off-roading, I'm going to go ahead and raise up our suspension here. And we just got to keep it below, I think, 25 so that the suspension doesn't reset, and we should be all good. And the other thing that I'm bummed about that, you know, is different from the last video, the one that I forgot to record the audio for, is that I had a blind back for that one, and that was like one of my first times ever doing a blind back, and I actually feel like I did pretty good with it, and then I went to stop the recording, and that was when I realized I hadn't recorded any audio, and I was like, are you kidding me? So I thought about just uploading the video anyway and just like deeming it a no commentary video like what I uploaded today. And I rewatched back the footage, you know, as it was without any mic audio or anything, and it just didn't make sense. There was just stuff that I did and like ways that I moved my head and stuff that I was like, if you're watching this without commentary, it's just gonna look silly and be hard to watch. So that was why I ended up deciding not to do that and just scrapping the video altogether, but it is what it is. So yeah, definitely a bummer overall, but at least this one went well, and looks like this one has potentially a pretty easy delivery spot. But let's go ahead and get the parking brake on, get out of the truck here, and figure out where we're delivering to. Okay, so I can't just pull through. I won't fit past the little excavator. I guess it's not that little, but I won't fit past the excavator. So what we'll do is we'll pull up this way, and then it'll just be a normal driver's side back. Should be fairly easy, but if you are not new to the channel, then you know I tend to make things more difficult than they need to be. And if you are new to the channel, well, welcome. I always make things more difficult than they need to be. Alright, so let's go ahead and get pulled on over there. We're looking pretty good. Doesn't have to quite be a 90. I can make it a little easier for myself. I'm probably pulling way further past than I need to, but again, trying to set myself up nice and good. And that seems like a pretty good setup. Just make sure I don't have anything off to the right that I need to worry about hitting. We got that forklift, but that seems pretty far out of the way. And we'll check again. Yep, still looking good. Might have to do a pull-up here just to make sure I'm within the cones, but maybe not. No, I guess not. Well, where's that front cone? Am I over it? I think I'm over it currently. Let's see. Where is it? I must be not at the right angle like I thought I was. Oh, there it is. Okay, we're good. I'm definitely not... The truck and trailer aren't completely straight, but I mean, I think the game will take that. Let's see. Yep, sure will. Alright, so we're good to go ahead and pop the parking brake, shut off the truck, and that is going to do it for today's video. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you did make it this far, I really appreciate it. If you did make it this far, comment the word tires if you don't have anything else to comment. But obviously, if you have something else you want to comment, feel free to. Also, make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed the content and drop a like. I greatly appreciate all the support and hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace.